Now the next idea that is being introduced is the idea of what's called sa'a. And sa'a means the end of time. Now the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, his understanding of himself was that he was the first sign of the beginning of the end of the worldly existence of this Adamic species. He actually viewed himself as the first sign. In other words, all traditions that were based on revelation, according to the Islamic tradition, were basically indicating that the human experience will come to an end. And this is why within the Jewish tradition, you have an apocalyptic vision. Within the Jewish tradition, you have an apocalyptic vision. Within the Hindu tradition, you have an apocalyptic vision, the Kali Yuga period, the last period of man. Within the Buddhist tradition, you have an apocalyptic tradition. And in many of the more tribal-based traditions, within the Hopi tradition, the Kawanaskatsi, the last period in the Hopi tradition, when everything gets out of control. Within the Mayan, all these different peoples had an idea of some apocalyptic end. The apocalyptic ending in the Quran is talked about in terms of a sa'a, which is the last moment. It's the last moment. And the Prophet Muhammad talked about signs, and the Quran mentions signs of this time. And so this was also, now ultimately, the end of time for the Muslim, in reality, is the end of our own individual life. That is our end of time. When I die, my worldly time is over. And so in a sense, the Quranic view was trying to bring people into a type of presence of the imminence of death. That death is imminent. That death is not something in some distant future. So for 13 years, this was the focus.